Welcome, beginner traders, to our blueprint practical application. This is lesson number 4. We talked in lesson number 3 about location, direction, trend, impulse, and correction. And here on the uptrend, right? Now we will talk about direction and a downtrend. Okay, very important. Very important to understand different trends, right? We have an uptrend, downtrend, sideways, and also anticipatory. We'll talk about the anticipatory, I don't know, in 10 lessons maybe, right? That's not necessary right now. That's more advanced. It's a little bit tricky, also riskier. It's also risky. Yeah, let's try, or let's talk about an downtrend, location, direction, impulse, and correction. Okay, could we keep US dollar, Japanese yen? I think euro, US dollar make more sense, right? Yes, let's stay here on the euro US dollar monthly picture. Monthly picture. Here we can talk about everything to the left. Okay, everything to the left. That is a downtrend. Why it is a downtrend? Now, if we mark the first of the important pivots here, we'll see 4. Okay, low, high, not a lower low, lower high, lower low. That means, okay, important in trends and down and uptrends, important are they here, or the downtrend is important that we never break the highs or the lower highs. It is not necessary that we will create always in a downtrend a new lower low, right? That we create a new lower low. Same like here, look. It is not necessary. Sometimes, right, we have demand on the specific pivots here. That's the reason why it is impossible to create a lower low. Okay, we get first a reaction, okay, to the upside, and then more weakness. Yeah. Here it is in clear downtrend, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, not a lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, this is a clear downtrend. That means long-term weakness. Of course, if you see like this and downtrend, you want to follow the trend, right? We're looking more for short opportunities. If we trade short opportunities, right, we will break the lower lows, the previous lower lows. The same like here, high, low. Next time, look, the previous high is still valid, right? And the previous low is, well, yeah, has been broken. Has been broken. That is important. Next time here, move higher. That is an important pivot. That's our lower high. Move higher here, but still valid. We moved never above, right? Next time, okay. It was not powerful. It was not powerful enough. The drop was not powerful enough. We created not really a lower low. That's fine. We moved higher here. Okay, this pivot is still valid, and then we got a huge drop. Okay, that is a downtrend here. We're counting always a downtrend from the right to the left. What is the impulse? What is the correction? If you want to follow the trend, right, in a downtrend, you want to trade or you will always trade if you should you trade the trend. Okay, if you follow the trend, then you will trade always the impulse. Okay, that means what is the impulse here in a downtrend? Okay, in a downtrend, the impulse is always the range between the high to the low, okay? That is always the impulse. Very powerful, right? Remember on the lesson number 3, very powerful, different to the correction. Another impulse is here also from the lower high to the lower low. This is also the impulse, okay? Again here, lower high, not in lower low, but here, this is in lower low. This is also the impulse, okay? I mean, this is the impulse. If we short, right, if we want to short the specific asset, then this is always an impulse and a downtrend. What is the correction here, right? The correction is from the low to the, or from the low to the lower high. That is a correction, that is a price retracement, right? Most of the time a little more ugly, not really significant, like the drops here. Look to the left, these candles, right? It's a really nice 3 months only weakness. We made a huge drop in 3 months and completely different to the correction. Look, the first month here, second month, super powerful. Third month, back to the low. Here, number 5, only a little bit red, not really movement. 6, 7, 8, 9, and look, we need so much time in the correction, right, to retrace the price. We made all the way down in 3 months, and we need the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 13 months, more than a year, right, to retrace the area. Okay, that's the reason why most of the time the traders looking more for to trade the impulse direction, because it is a little quicker, right, and you can most of the time make a little bit more money. Okay, that is the correction from here to here. That is also the correction from, sorry, forget this. It was the impulse. From here to here, this is a correction, ugly. From here to here, this is a correction, ugly. From here to here, it is, you can call this direct correction, but we are still in the range. That means not really necessary what we create here. Means we get a lower low, and then, okay, that is a correction. That's absolutely fine. And here the same, start to count all these candles here. We need months and months and months to retrace the drop here. Okay. That's a trade, that's impulse, that's correction, it's absolutely fine. You can trade both, right? Both elements, the impulse and also the correction. It's up to you, depends on your trade plan. You can make a lot of money with both elements. Important is, we will never, in a downtrend, we will never violate, okay, the highs. Also not the lower highs. We will never violate the highs or the lower highs, okay? In a downtrend, we would to create new lower lows. It means we will violate, we want to violate the lows and the lower lows. Okay, that is the downtrend. What we're gonna do here, we could talk also about location here, maybe. Yeah, why not? Makes a sense. Ooh. No, it's not the best. It's not the best sample, but let's try. Okay, or should I have another one? Second. Dun, 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 dun. Not really. looking for the best sample for you to could understand this one. Get M. What is easy for you? Not really in downtrend here. Okay, we'll go back to the euro US dollar. Okay, monthly picture. That's fine, right? Monthly picture. That's fine. Let's start with our analyze. Okay. Here, that's again a a practical application for location. Location is very, very important. That means, okay, we're looking for demand and supply, right? That's the location. We'll start with supply. Where is our high quality demand area? Sorry, yes, our high quality demand area. Looking to the left, you want to hit rallies, right? That's really nice. We have 1, 2 explosive candles. That means we have 2 leg outs. Previous candle is indecisive. Previous candle is also indecisive, maybe. Not the same. No, tricky, maybe indecisive. Also indecisive. Also indecisive. Not really. Okay, and that's practical application. We'll talk about a little bit more in details because it's not a slide here, right? I want to show you how I identify supply and demand. And here we have clear leg outs. That means for me, buying activity, institutional buying activity from this point, definitely 0.95 was cheap. Okay, we have no picture perfect leg in candle, only this one. But remember, our formation calls drop, base, rally, and we have definitely a drop, right? We have multiple red candles, a huge drop, a base, and then a rally. That means we could draw here our demand, maybe like this. I know this is not the best. It's close to 50%, very, very tricky, but we are not engineers here, okay? Maybe it is a little bit more 50, maybe, but it looks for me definitely clear red, okay? It is clear red, also huge. That's the reason I will take this one. That's not the only way we can do this. It's also fine if you look supply and demand. It's not right, not wrong. For you, maybe this is not picture perfect and you want to skip this one. That's not wrong, okay? For me, it is clear that institutions bought here, okay? I know my leg in is not picture perfect, but sometimes it is what it is. We have not only picture perfect setups. I know you're a beginner. It's maybe not helpful. It is fine if you skip this one, right? It is fine. Oh no, I missed a clear leg in. But for me, I have a clear drop, multiple red candles, and I will choose like this here as my demand. And again, guys, location are not tradable zones. Zone refinement, that is a tradable zone, okay? Location is, we use only location to calculate the current price, where we are. Should we are in supply, or should we are in cheap, very cheap, equilibrium, expensive, or very expensive area? It means not we want to trade this area, okay? We only want located where is the current price, okay? Time to buy or time to sell this area. Okay, that is then means, okay, that's my demand. Let's check where's our supply. And here, of course, I moved higher, higher, higher. I hit this areas here. This is supply. Of course, we missed the supply area, right? We're looking for a fresh supply zone. Where is it? We need a clear drop supply zones, and here we have a decisive candle, right? Not explosive, decisive, not followed, unfortunately not followed for another decisive candle. That means, okay, this could be not our formation. Remember, if we have a 4 leg out, okay, should we have only a decisive candle, we need minimum of 2 decisive candles. Here we have only 1. Okay, that means it's not possible to have a valid formation. If we move higher, okay, the same here, drop, base, base, yes, drop, but it's more like decisive, it's not explosive, okay. Also not helpful. Where is our supply? Where's we has to hit? By the way, all of this worked nicely, right? Supply, supply, huh? It's power of higher time frames. Where is our supply here? That is absolutely fine. We hit this huge explosive leg out candle. This is leg out, 1, 2, 3, 4 indecisive base, base candles and a clear rally. That means we have a rally, base, drop, boom. This is our supply. I will hit this on wider version, guys. That is a wider version. Sorry, I'll move this also to wider version here. Why are you using wider version? Again, guys, location. We are in location right now. That means it is not a tradable zone. It's not necessary to trade the zone. You can use always a wider, huh? Who cares? We have an element, we have a step in our process that's called zone refinement, and then we can refine the zone. Okay, not necessary to refine anything on the location process. Good. Let's apply. Absolutely fine. We have some zone qualifiers. We will talk about zone qualifiers later, not necessary here right now. Means, okay, where is the current price? Where is the current price? This is the current price. And should we split the area here in, oh, it's necessary here right now. Remember on the lesson number 3 and also lesson number 2, we talked already about location, where we are, right? Here's equilibrium. That is expensive. That's very expensive. That is cheap. That is very cheap. Where we are, definitely in the cheap area. We definitely want to buy this, the euro US dollar, right? Now let's also count the trend. Means, okay, location is done. Next step is direction. Direction, we skip the first pivot here, right? Because it makes no sense to count from here. We have to start from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 pivots, okay? We have 4 pivots. We can, the blueprint tells us we need 3 highs, 3 lows. That means we can extend, or we can include more pivots here to our direction. That means 6, okay? And then let me connect the lines here. What is this? What is this? Here we forget this one. We have 6 steps. That means it is a high, that is a low, that is a lower high. What is this? We talked already about it. It is not necessary to create every single time a new lower low. Important is that we never violate the highs and the lower highs. Okay, that means that's fine. That's nothing. We have a high, a low, a lower high. Okay, we can skip this one also. Okay, that's fine. Then we create a new lower low. Means we have a clear downtrend. And now, guys, remember, we want to buy the current price, right? Want to buy the current price. It means we have a downtrend. And if you want to buy the euro US dollar here, what do you expect? Oh, not do what do you expect? Which element of the trend you want to trade? It is the impulse or it is a correction? What is it? If you want to buy here, it is a correction, right? You want to trade the correction. That means it makes absolutely no sense to expect or to have and take profit above the latest lower high. It make no sense. Why? Remember the rules in a downtrend. It's not allowed for us to violate the highs or the lower highs. It is okay, or it is necessary that we create new lower lows, right? That means should you have a profit margin here from the 1.40, for example, it make no sense. If you have this as a take profit, then you expect a trend break, right? You'll break the trend. You'll break the whole trend here. Means, okay, if we come back to this area here, you expect more strength from here. That's absolutely fine. Let's talk a little bit more about the trend here. If you trade this area, you expect more strength. Means, okay, it is the same like here. Look at this. That is clear demand. It is a drop base rally. Got a retest of the zone, and look, got a rally, a correction, a rally. That means corrections in a downtrend, okay, are always uptrends. Same like here. Okay, and also same like here. Lower low, time for a correction. What we got? High, low, a higher low, higher high, right? Have to understand this. In a downtrend, okay, the correction is an uptrend. Okay, same like here. Low, high, higher low, higher high, boom, inputs. Low, high, higher low, higher high, boom, inputs. Low, high, higher low, not really in higher high, but close to it, boom, inputs. Here, low, maybe high, low, a higher low, sorry, higher low, higher high, boom, inputs. That is trend. That is a trend. We talked also about the uptrend, right? The same, it is opposite, but always understand what means a correction, what means the impulse, how to use it, okay, what makes sense here for take profit, and so on. That was lesson number 4 about downtrend, direction, downtrend. Let me location, direction, downtrend, location, correction. Oh, wait, impulse and correction. Next week. And guys, my recommendation is always practice, practice, practice. Don't wait only for this practical application here. Please practice. That's very important to be a good trader. Right? You need charting hours and charting hours, hundreds of this. And check also, okay, it's not only the monthly time frame, it isn't every single time frame. If you check the 1 hour time frame, you will see also in a downtrend the corrections are uptrends, right? Try to understand what makes sense, try to locate or identify important pivots, okay? And yes, next time we will talk about, let me check, 5, we will talk about direction sideways and trend break. Very important. Yeah, and then we are also done with direction. The next step we will talk about is zone refinement. Okay, and I will include in zone refinement also zone qualifiers. It would be a little bit crazy. We need also, or we will need also a couple of sessions for this because we have a lot of zone qualifiers, right? You have also the rules like level on top of level. Yeah, we will spend a lot of time here, but yeah, it makes sense. I hope it makes sense for you and it is helpful. And guys, also don't forget we have the you have 2 times 1 hour a beginner breakout room for you. Should you have any questions, should you want to show me your process, should you want to show me your, I don't know, you have questions maybe about location, direction, zone refinement, all the zone qualifiers and so on, that is your opportunity to join. Monday 4:30 p.m. for an hour, and also Thursday 4:30 p.m. for an hour to get to talk with me. You can share your screen and I will answer your questions. The sessions are always non-recorded. Okay, happy trading, guys, and see you next week. Bye-bye.